In Touhou Project, there are many derivative works. Most are mundane and forgotten, but they are made for fun, made with the spirit of creating something special to flex a person's creative muscles. Among the mundane will always come a few oddballs that stand out from the rest, but among the pyramid of fanworks, there can only be one at top. A fan project so controversial, so bizarre, that it has become taboo to talk about in some circles. I mean, it can't be that bad, right? Welcome to the cookie subculture. In order to understand the core of cookie, one has to learn about the art of relationshiping. The basics follow people in a fandom placing two characters or people into a relationship, usually romantically or something more intimate. Due to its open-ended nature, Touhou Project is notorious for its high number of shipping pairs, so much so that there are entire wiki pages and hundreds upon hundreds of fan art pieces featuring two characters together doing kissing or whatever. One of the most popular is Marisa Kitasame and Alice Margatroyd, both magicians that are shown to be friends in the events of Imperishable Night. They quarrel, fight, yet work together when the time calls. A lot of the ship's popularity came from Marisa Stole the Precious Thing, a popular fan song that essentially defined their relationship in the greater Touhou sphere. This leads us to Nico Nico, where on July 6, 2008, Shama would open up a Nico community group focusing on a video project for the Mari Alley ship featuring the talent of many artists. After some development hell, Shama would leave the project and gave the keys to another active community figure, Hazuna Ryo. He would direct, write, and scout for talent, traveling around Japan for months to find the perfect contributors for the project, even holding a real-life meeting with everyone involved. Time progressed and progress was made. Many in the Nico Nico community anticipated such an ambitious animated project. February 15th, 2010, at 5:17, the moment that caused rips in the Matrix. The final project, titled Touhou Collaboration Video Project, Marisa and Alice's Cookie Kiss, was released to the world. It is a 30-minute long Yuri drama that features Marisa attempting to bake and deliver Alice a chocolate cookie as a gift after almost forgetting that it was Valentine's Day. Marisa goes to the Scarlet Devil Mansion to use its kitchen, while along the way getting Sakuya and Koakuma to help her. Sadly, they lacked materials, so they went to the store to get them, where they learned that Alice got her cooking fruit from the store. After that event, Marisa becomes determined to bake a special cookie for her, with the only thing left being freshly laid eggs. So, they attack Mystia to get them, only to anger Yuka Kazami, where, after a quick battle, Marisa dies. Yay! Never mind, she wakes up. The other two managed to get the eggs from Aiden when she was out cold. So, they continued on cooking to create the special cookie at last. Marisa attempts to deliver the gift until she collides with Oku, shattering the cookie in half. Alice saw this, but she didn't mind as the two grabbed the cookie parts and united them together. Aww. Thus, ending the drama. With all that talent and passion behind the project, critical reception should be great. Right? Yeah, to say it was laughably bad would be an understatement. The users of Nico Nico brutally destroyed the project. Now, there are many points of criticism, but most of them all come down to four main areas, with the first being that it was falsely advertised. Despite being hyped up and advertised as a fully animated project, it was released as a storyboard-like voice drama, which disappointed some as expectations were not set accordingly. Though it would not be the worst of the production's problems, as, number 2, the animation was inconsistent. Various artists worked on the project. Nothing wrong with that. It has the advantage of making the load easier on everyone involved, but also having the major downside of the art direction potentially clashing between scenes, thus reducing the immersion. Like, seriously, how do the scenes go from a Mona Lisa-esque masterpiece to a whiteboard marker drawing? The visuals are only what makes half a video. As for number 3, it has inconsistent VA quality. Voice actors are the ones that bring life to the characters, and it is said that good audio quality is typically never noticeable. All that being thrown out the window because the audio is,
私もあげたけど、お返しないわね。ギリだけど。ああ とマリサ?
The voice acting is okay at best, but at its worst, it has stiff and forced delivery. Alongside that, the audio mixing is just bad, where the music overpowers the voices for most of the drama in my opinion. Even if a movie has bad visuals and worse audio, it can be saved by a compelling story. Which is what I would say, because with number 4, the writing is just, it was at best passable, but at its worst, it's just confusing. I'm no expert writer, so for my example, let's analyze the Hungry Box documentary. The reason why you remember Juan de Biedma is because of his clear and defined character arc. He wants to be the best melee player in the world, but has massive challenges that set out to stop him. As his skill in the game increases, he overcame the odds little by little until the climax at EVO 2016, where he succeeded. When he pops off, you could feel his excitement due to how the story was set up and paid off. Now, what does a dingus melee player's documentary have to do with Cookie? Well, consider everything I said in my writing lesson and throw that in the trash. Sure, there is a beginning and an end with a set goal. Marisa has to make Alice a cookie as a gift, but the way it was executed was just bad. Like, what purpose does Koakuma serve? Soika just appears out of nowhere to waste time and to get drunk with Reimu. And oh, you cannot forget the time when Marisa was knocked out, and the team just so happened to suddenly get the eggs from Aiden without setting her up earlier. I could go into more detail if I actually cared, but at the end of my first viewing, I was just left confused more than anything else. It might be because I just don't get Japanese humor, but the ending felt really unsatisfying, and dare I say, it kinda maybe wasted my time. Yeah, it's safe to say I'm not the only one who saw this drama as misguided, as Nico users were relentless against the video in Hazuna, as they wondered how such a disaster could be made. They made critical comments, mocked the voice acting, and created parody videos making fun of the drama. Speaking of which, the group that mostly did the latter were the Inmu community. To put it in short, this community is a group of people who are obsessed over their own so bad it's good video, a film titled A Midsummer Night's Lewd Dream, featuring famous baseball player Kazuhito Tadano. I will stop it there as the content beyond this point is very adult, so Google it at your own risk. But the film was infamous in the Japanese internet community due to it having such a high profile figure in something so odd. That, the poor quality and famous quotes like, stuck out in the minds of many. Now knowing that, Nico allows videos to be given tags by regular users to categorize them easier. However, they can't be locked, which results in tag wars, where users compete to give relevant or joke tags to popular videos, and Cookie was no different. It was given the Manatsu no Yon no Inmu tag. So upon seeing this, various members of the Inmu community responded with a video parodying the drama. Though Hazuna was not a fan of the video, but there was nothing much he could do. That was until September 2010, where Nico added the takedown system. The system is similar to that of YouTube's, so Hazuna did the logical choice and abused this tool to take down videos he didn't like. This angered practically everyone for obvious reasons, thus beginning the era of Hazuna's downfall. You know the internet. When they hate someone, they will do everything to dig up dirty laundry, for better or for worse. November 20th, 2010. One of the voice actors, Nadeko, made a tweet stating how she wanted to kill Hazuna, a surprising post that brought attention to the VAs, which led to various people doing a bit of internet detective work. And over time, unsettling evidence came to light, like how Reu felt questionable vibes around Hazuna, and notably, Utsuki alleging that Hazuna sexually harassed her. Yeah. As the internet connected the dots, they came to the conclusion that, during the time when he was scouting all across Japan, he was alleged to have harassed one or more of the voice actresses, sometimes giving unsolicited hugs, touching legs and feet, and even showing them doujinshi. R18 doujinshi. Worse, some were said to have happened when the victims were unconscious. It's also worth noting that this man was in his 30s at the time, while the voice actresses were barely entering adulthood. This led to suspicion by many that Hazuna did not care for the quality of the project, so long as he could develop special relationships with the voice actors. Like how many see certain YouTubers in the modern era, many on Nico Nico saw Hazuna as a big villain. That, alongside his copy striking requests on videos satirizing his work, led to him making an apology on his blog on the 21st November 2010 due to the public pressure. He expressed regret that his lustful desires made the Cookie Project rough, and for allowing his emotions to get the better of him. 2 weeks later, he made another blog post where he resigned from planning a sequel project, the Seiden Sen Melody joint video, and handing it over to Chino Renno, later announcing his retirement from future video creation. Sadly, the sequel to Cookie was quietly abandoned about a month later, and the same fate happened to Hazuna, where he has essentially disappeared from the internet, allowing the allegations to be his lasting legacy. Even though he hasn't returned from the milk store, the Inmu and Cookie community took his work and twisted it into some weird and unhinged mutation via Mad Doga. Mad Doga are videos that use clips and audio from movies and meme videos to create a new parody, and sometimes to the tune of a song. For the Western world, they are basically YouTube poops, but filled with Japanese memes that go over our heads. They both began to rise to prominence around 2007, mostly thanks to the rise of YouTube and Nico Nico Doga. Both took memes popular around the time, remixed the hell out of them, and later becoming icons of the greater subculture. So think of it like this. CDI Zelda was infamous for its lack of quality, inconsistent voice acting, and questionable art choices. When YouTube got popular, many poopers created YTPs with it as the main source of content.
It sure is boring around here.
Because it became parodied so much, these characters essentially became poster childs for YouTube poops. Sound familiar? Cookie followed a similar path. Mad Doga were supposedly popular even before the advent of Nico Nico, but alongside others, Cookie single-handedly carried Mad to a new popularity never before seen. If you have ever seen a large YouTube poop music video collaboration, you have probably seen UDK and HNS doing some shipping stuff or whatever, I don't know. But if that isn't your style and want to torture yourself some more, there are always the spiritual successors. There are many of them. Too much to go over in this video, but I was told two of the most important are the Kuso and Taisa series, which have their own stories and mini lore that went on to define what makes a Cookie successor. Have a story about love with unhinged antics in between. I think. I don't know. I already suffered enough watching the OG series. Besides, as they say, you can't beat the original, right? In an odd twist of fate, it all comes full circle to this one question. Why does Cookie stand out? Sure, you know about the Inmus, the Mad Dogas, and Hazuna's dirty laundry, but aside from that, there is a reason why Cookie stood the test of time. The freedom of fan work. Touhou at its heart is a doujin series, a method for amateur artists to share their work to the world, and a way to easily create fan works for one's favorite series. Sure, it might be broken, janky, maybe even cringe, but I think that's why Cookie is remembered so much to this day. Partially. Professional movies are nice, but deep inside, everyone knows that they are created by far-off, high-ranking experts who meticulously micromanage every little process to perfection. While with doujin works, you never really know what you will get. Except for one thing. It's created by complete amateurs. People like you and I can create something as impactful as Cookie. Maybe without the SA allegations, but keeping in a little bit of the cringe, since you can't be perfect, but you can have fun making things, which is really all that matters at the end of the day. Okay, first of all, I'm very sorry for taking a break. My mental health just kind of died because of Cookie, but in the end, I'm back, which is all that really matters. If you want me to cover Cookie again, then let me know in the comments below. I'm willing to suffer a little bit more, but aside from that, bye.